Hello, 5th grade. This is Mrs. Tarantula with the Citizenship Academy. We're on Domain 5, Lesson 16, Writing Narrative Text, Historical Fiction. Our objectives for today are to plan and draft a historical fiction narrative by introducing a narrator and/or characters and using concrete words and phrases and sensory details to convey experiences and events precisely. So here's what you are going to be tasked with. You're actually going to write a historical fiction narrative using what you've already learned about the artists in the Renaissance. So the format of the narrator are going to be using the beginning of your biography that you've already provided. So you've already you've already created your biography about either Brunelleschi, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. So a diary entry is a writing people do usually for themselves to record life experiences and their own feelings. So your focus is actually going to be picking one of these moments, objects, or idea and use precise details to write about it. And the focus of the diary entry is will be the subject of your biography, what they've experienced. So you've already written your biography, so you're going to select a moment in time in that moment, and you're going to write a diary entry as if you were that person and explaining almost what is happening. So you're going to follow the same process you did for your biography. So you're going to take your notes and you're going to refer to those when you're composing your writing. You will write your diary entry from the perspective of the artist. So remember, you're looking at it as if you were that person. So you're not going to be writing he did this, she did that, or he went here. You're going to be saying things like I, my, me, because you're writing it in your point of view. So the diary entry is going to include a combination of fact and fiction. Remember, facts are things that are true. Fiction is things that are made up in their mind. So some of the things that you're going to write about in those diary entries are facts, things that actually happened to those people because you've read about it for your biography. But some of it's going to be things that you're going to kind of create in your own head. What would they be feeling at that time? What would they be thinking? And you're going to be able to create those moments for your own diary entry. So for your note taking, you're going to search the text for information related to the topic and record notes and fragments and use paraphrasing to avoid plagiarism. So you're going to go ahead and read through you might be able to watch a couple of my older videos to be able to go back through the text and locate information that you need for this. So your diary entry notes chart categories. So these are the things you're going to be looking for. For the first part, you need the artist. Who are you writing about? The second is project and location. Name of the project this person did and where it was located. What thing did they accomplish and where was it located? Patronage. Who commissioned it? Who paid for it? Who helped them? And then interesting facts. This is really broad because it could be an accomplishment, maybe something difficult that was going on. How long did it take them? What happened afterwards? That's where you can kind of be a little bit more creative for this part. So this is what your diary note chart should look like. You'll be able to fill it out with all the same thing we just talked about. And then this bottom part is what do you think they're feeling and thinking? Now, after you're doing all this wonderful research and finding out all about this person, I want you to take a moment and think, if I had all of this, maybe I had a lot of patronage, if I had all this support, if I accomplished all this, how do you think they were feeling or what were they thinking? And you're going to write that down below. That's going to help you when you're creating your diary entry. And of course, we want to use our rubric. So this is what we're going to be looking for while you're creating your diary entry. So this part obviously is what we want to aim for. So make sure it's creative and expressive. It's relevant, meaning it makes sense. We want to make sure it actually addresses what makes them great. We want sentences and paragraphs to make sense. We want paraphrase. Remember, we do not want copied words from our story. That's plagiarism. We want to be able to paraphrase it into our own words. Making sure you include those sources. Remember, you've already have a list of places that you pulled evidence from. You found an article using the reader. Make sure you give credit that you use those, and make sure your headings are fun, not just using what made him great or early life. What's something else creative you can come up with? Let's go backwards. So be sure to refer back to your previous videos to look at those chapters. That will help you a lot. Now, once you are done with your diary entry note chart, you're going to draft your diary entry on your own separate piece of paper. And this is my example for Raphael. This would be an example of a diary entry we would be looking for. Now, this is a very short version of it. We want something a little bit longer. Oh, I am weary. Pope Julius II has put me in charge of painting many rooms of the Vatican here in Rome. Painting on a canvas takes its toll on my arm, but painting on a wall takes its toll on my entire body. The current section I toil on gives me renewed motivation, though. I call it the School of Athens. I must say, my use of perspective is strong in the painting, and it is an honor to center the piece with two great Greek greats, Plato and Aristotle. So notice how in this one I use I, and I wasn't referring to Raphael as Raphael or him. I refer to it as if I was that person. So make sure that when you are creating your diary entry, you're using it in your own perspective. Also notice how it's talking about, oh my goodness, if you're painting a wall, that's gotta hurt because your arm is moving the whole time. Notice how we talk about, oh, my whole body hurts from doing this. That's something that you're not going to find in a biography. You're not going to read that his arm hurt when he was making it. That's something that I can think beyond and was creative with. So that's what we're looking for when we want you to think and show what they're thinking and their feelings. So good luck with your diary entry, and make sure you're being very thorough and doing all the research, and we will see everyone in lesson 17.